Hi all you beautiful people. I want to share with you something about God this morning, and I just think it's just getting to know what life is all about, and that we are these souls in a human body. It's just so fascinating, and it's just, well, that's not even a good word. It's just it's so powerful to realize who we really are, and that there is a real very beautiful divine plan. So I was just looking at something yesterday, and many of us who are awakening and who believe that the new world is coming, or that the new world is already here, and that there's going to be a big change, we go to you can go to all these different sessions and courses and seminars and go and hear spiritual teachers, which can be very, very wonderful. But many of us get caught in the thing of we get so curious. We want to know, when is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? We want to know what's going to happen in the future and how it's all going to be, so that we can feel safe. And really, that's getting caught in the ego again. And many times these channelings or spiritual teachers will say, well, you are the one who's going to decide when the change is going to happen, when the new world is really going to appear, and we're going to feel that we are in this new world all the time, that we have completely awoken. You are the ones who are actually creating it. So as I feel in my life, the most powerful thing we can possibly do is stop asking, when is it going to happen, how is it going to happen, what should I do when it all happens, is to come into this very now, because in this very now all the power is. And here you're actually helping the process so that everything is going to go quicker and smoother. So you're really in charge is a bad word, but yeah, you're really creating all this, really the healing of mankind, or the beginning of the new world, the new way of being human. So, I mean, I'm no expert at all, but as I see it, the divine plan is and was that we are all, as I've said before, we all come from God. We all have a God self, and we have this physical body. And because when we came to Earth, we came into the realm of free will, and that's apparently the only place in the universe where this is. Everywhere else there's no free will, so you're always living from your God self. But because there's free will here, and we've actually chosen this, that you can get lost from who you really are, that's what's happened, that we are in this very lost state of being, where we are not in our God self. And the plan is that we all get to awaken one day to the fact that we are a part of God. We're just living in the physical realm, and we're meant to live in a harmonious way where love rules everything. All we do, all we are, because love is the essence of who we are. So we let the essence of who we are spread out into everything. So we actually choose to step away from what is not our God self, or what is a lower vibration of who we are. So it's all getting a bit technical, but the plan was that, yeah, that we're going to awaken to this, the fact that we are creators, that we are this part of God, and then to create this new world together where we live as human beings, these souls in human form that live in harmony. So, and some of these people say it's just one big experiment to see if God can actually create in this way. So what I feel is the most powerful thing for us to do right now, and that's also what they're saying from these different, these wise people who are speaking, is to pray and to meditate. And it's all unique for us what is best. I feel praying is best for me. And what happens, I just got this really, really wonderful way of seeing it that I can show you on this paper. So it's just very simple. It's very simple as usual. But this is just a way of seeing it. Here is God, and from here all comes. All the light shines out from here. And so we have all these, we humans are out here somewhere. So you have this all the way around, and of course it's all these millions and millions of people. And so here we can say there's a human being. Let's just put one here. Oh no, let's put one here. Let's make a shorter one. So here is a human being. Just try to see if I can draw a human being. Here we are. And see, because we have free will, we can move, although we can move wherever we wish to go. And whenever God is shining his light, and this is really the connection into our heart, this umbilical cord, you can call it, to God, the connection to God. And when we're lost, we don't sense this connection to God, which most of us don't do. We're out here somewhere. And when we pray, I can use this one here. When we pray, we go straight into or when we meditate, whatever spiritual practice is right for you. Here's a human being here. And what happens when we pray is that the connection to God becomes very, very powerful, and he beams his light out through our or she you can just see these two different ones. Here we have the one that's praying, where you go into you can also call it the shower of God's love. God is showering all this light and all this love into you, and you go right into the very beam of light. That's where you are when you're praying, or when you're centering yourself in the love of God and in the love of your heart. And over here, you're only sensing it quite weakly. So you're a little bit, the further you go away from this place, the more lost you are. And what I feel is the goal is to actually get to live in. So you're in the beginning, most of the time you're away from this light, and that's the whole plan, to work your way through life and be conditioned by your parents and your culture, and you make your reality that way, and then it gets so painful that you start to search for the truth and the light. And we do this in many different ways. And when we've found out, oh, that's right, God is within me, and there's a way I can meet him, or I can sense his presence in me and feel the power, we start doing it with prayer or meditation or different exercises. Some people use a guru, And this is just really the beginning. And then as you move on, if you wish to keep going along this path, you get to learn that you are actually in a constant prayer. You always feel the connection to God, and you feel that your God self has taken over, your soul has taken over your life, and you feel the connection all the time. So the light of God keeps beaming through you. You're aware of it all the time. Yeah, I just had a break in the video, so we're going to finish it now. And we're going to be talking more about prayer and just how I have found my way of praying, just what feels really right for me. And of course you can see it on all the prayer videos. I just saw this film, and I can see that this drawing was not clear in the beginning, but it was really it's just God is this sun in the middle, and all these are just the connections to God. I'll just get some more light on. So as I've said before, it's God from the beginning, in the beginning of time, which really is eternal. It's all very hard to talk about. But God was not physical, so God has gone into the physical realm when He created Earth. So anyway, this was a little bit of a study, but it's just to give you the sense that there is this connection to God, because we are one with God. We have never been apart from God, but because we have the free will, we have the ability to step away, and as some call it, we become walking blind. Or as Jesus said, we were dead. We go into a death state where we feel alone, and we're in pain, and we're in fear, we're in the darkness. And that was because God gave us free will. So it's very, very difficult for us to be human. It's one of the hardest things you can possibly do in all of creation. So they see us as very, in the spiritual realm, they're looking onto us, and they think we're very, very courageous because it's so hard. But it's also very, very beautiful that God gave us this ability to choose to not be with Him. Because it gives us this enormous power that we can say, okay, I want to live my life with God, or I don't want to live my life with God. And you'll see the result. You'll see what happens if you live without God. It gets very, very, very uncomfortable. So we'll be talking about prayer, but this is just to give you a picture of what I sense happens, and how when you do your daily practice, which I really think is vital. We have to do this. but of course you have to do what's true for you. But it is a really, really good idea to start every day, either in the mornings or in the evenings, or both in the evenings and the mornings, to go into your holy inner sanctuary and be with God. And I'll talk about all the different feelings we get, what happens to us physically, what do we feel, what do we sense. It's so powerful. And the fact that when we start doing this, we feel all the benefits, what happens, we get to sense that, wow, we are so powerful, and we are creating this new world. We're building this new world simply by being in our God self. It's just so incredible. It's just unbelievable that the old mind, the mind of the darkness, cannot understand this at all, because that believes that you have to go to the government, and if you want to be powerful, you have to become something. That's not true. With the wisdom of the heart, you'll see that the most powerful place that exists on earth for you is your heart. and the way you use your being on this planet. So I'll finish this video now, and I'll just send you all my love, and thank you, you subscribers. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being you. Thank you for shining the unique light and bringing all the colors, all the peace, all the love that comes from exactly your heart, which is just so special. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing that, the gift that you are. So see you soon.